the first lap when your car got a little squirrely there on the start?
I went down into one, and I know exactly what happened to Stan Fox now because it almost happened to me. I went down in there, and I'm telling you, it was like I was on ball bearings. There was a lot of turbulence. I mean, like nothing I've experienced before, and I guess that's why I'm a rookie here. Car got really sideways, and by the grace of God, I gathered it up and went on, and I really thought I had a flat tire. I went down into 3, and the car stepped out on me again, so I pitted. We put a set of tires on, took a couple of turns of front wing out of the car. From that point forward, the car was fantastic. I mean, I had a hell of a race car. We were running 234, 233 lap times. I got a lap back. I was working on getting the other lap back. The guys were only 3 or 4 seconds ahead of me from getting my other lap back, and we would have had a shot at this thing for sure.
Mark Dismore's first start, and he learned a whole lot. Gary Gerald?
Jerry, the 2 cars that were up front that made those stops just prior to the yellow, Davi Jones, Roberto Guerrero, has left Team Himmelgarn here, possibly in the catbird seat. Lee Koonsman has been talking. Ron Himmelgarn, the engineers, plotting strategy. They keep looking at the computer. They tell us they're getting excellent fuel mileage, and here we are now inside 40 laps to go. They think that they can hold it out to about lap 170 before they have to make what would be their final stop of the day. We're on 164 right now. Paul?
So, and let's go back. We still are not sure why this situation occurred between Harrington and Lynn St. James. This may help us. Harrington came right up into her.
2 abreast there, as we saw 2 abreast, and I can't tell whether Lynn turned down or Scott drifted, but there just wasn't enough room on the racetrack for both of them.
And heavy damage to that car, but the good news is both drivers were able to walk away from this situation. If there's any medical update, we'll give it to you. Is the Pit Hill Speedway, and keeping track of the action, the Spirit of Akron, one of the 3 Goodyear blimps in its domestic fleet. It's docked at the corporate headquarters located in Akron, Ohio. There she is, up over the track. Let's go to Jack Arute.
Well, Paul, here's the first tactics for this team and Roberto Guerrero. They are getting such good fuel mileage under yellow, over 5 miles to the gallon. Now John Barnes says with 2 laps to go, he may bring Guerrero in under this yellow period and top the fuel tank off. And then he should be able to go the distance. We'll watch for it.
Now that's what Buddy Lazier's crew better do too, Jack, because remember, right now, first in, first out. Now, the crew should have thought of that.
So the stage is set for a most fascinating run to the finish at Indy. It seems like everything's happening under caution here. Look at Roberto Guerrero as he pulls away, but you saw all that water. Well, there was a lot of action in the pits. Now, we're going to show you that in just a second. Some vapor at the back of Roberto's car. Here's the leader of the race, Buddy Lazier, and he's going to come in and top it off as well.
And 2 tires. It looks like they're just changing the tires. They're going to go for everything.
Gary?
Yes, indeed. They thought we were going to try to make it to lap 170. They're on the 167 complete, and it looks like routines. Oh, now wing change up at the front nose, and it appears to be a significant one. Car off the jacks, rolling. Not a good stop and a slow pickup. It was 19.3 on my clock.
Doesn't matter though,
Under
Gary.
yellow.
Don't forget it's under yellow. That doesn't matter. He probably didn't lose a spot.
So let's go back now, and we'll show you what happened just a few minutes ago to Roberto Guerrero. He was in for a routine stop. And, Danny, you've been worried about those nozzles.
Yeah, and you saw the guy was having trouble getting the nozzle in. Obviously you saw some fire right there on the right rear. Everybody's dumping water. We're trying to get it out.
But look at Roberto. He stays with the car.
Well, he doesn't want to get out. If he's not being warmed up by the fire, so to speak, he's not going to get out. The guy's holding him right there saying, okay, but in a second you'll see him start to get out.
You saw Roberto. There's the nozzle, Danny.
Yeah, I tell you what, I've been worried about those things all week. They're new, they're fast, but I tell you.
And Jack Arute?
Well, we've got a new nozzle going on. John Barnes engineering that right now. But if I can get my cameraman, we have the original nozzle here, guys. Well, let me show you what happened. You see the rounded edge? Right there. Now, when the fuel man went to put it in, you push it in, and you've got to turn it and push it again. But he came in at an angle, had trouble getting it in, kept trying and forgot to push it in. When he finally pushed it in, it malfunctioned, and there was a fire.
And, Jack, let me ask you a question. They didn't get the fuel in the car, isn't that correct?
It was awfully hard to tell, Danny, because there was so much confusion, but from my vantage point, it looked like they didn't. And I'll tell you what, I don't have a lot of hair up here, but the fire singed what little left I had.
Well, was there anything else on the car, Jack, that you know of that burned? Was there any harm done to it?
No, they were very fortunate there. In fact, what was really quick action by the crew really saved Roberto. Roberto was not in any danger at all. They got the water there, and now they're just going to try and get things gathered back up.
And do they have to stop one more time? Because if they didn't get that fuel in, he still has to make another stop.
I still think some of these guys are very close on their final stop, nevertheless. Davi Jones, the 70 car, it's white and black, trimmed in yellow. It's the leader of the race. Davi Jones is out in front, despite the fact he's down in the order. In second place, Alessandro Zampedri. And then Richie Hearn, the rookie, Buddy Lazier, and Roberto Guerrero. Those 5 cars are on the same lap, and so they are in this lineup behind the pace car. The next lap, then, 1 lap down, begins with Scott Sharp, followed by Salazar. Right now, there are 13 cars of the 33 that started still in the Indianapolis 500 with 32 laps to go. As the pace comes up again, Salazar is at the front, and he comes toward the green flag. Davi Jones tries to make a move to the inside, still trying. Salazar's taking him all the way to the wall. Took him all the way to the wall.
That's really not good. That's Salazar. 2 times now he's done that today.
And there goes Zampedri. Zampedri goes for the lead of the race, and Zampedri's got it.
And Davey looks like he's slowing down. He might be just gathering himself up. But Salazar obviously didn't want to lose another lap.
That's going too far. The officials are going to have to do something about driving like that.
That is so dangerous, Bobby. I can't believe that.
So Davi Jones gets pushed to the wall. Looked to me like he brushed the wall, no question. Alessandro Zampedri took advantage of that. He was able to move into the lead of the race. Jones drops back to second. He's right behind him. So we've got a great battle at the front as Jones is going to try him again. But we tie. Nope.
But say he's clearly faster because he's running these guys down. They're all blocking him down the inside.
Now on the pit stops, my calculations show that Davi Jones, Gallus may gamble and try to go all the way. It's going to put him close. So let's see what Jack has to say.
Bobby Unser, you know Rick Gallus. I went and asked him, do you have to stop again? He said, we do not intend to.
That's a pretty open-ended answer out there. We do not intend to. Does that mean he's going to or not? I mean,
no, that means, I know Rick Gallus. That means he's not going to do it. Davi Jones is going to run that car, either finish the race, try to win it, or he's going to be sitting on the sidelines, Danny.
Alessandro Zampedri leads Indy. He becomes the 157th leader of the Indy 500. Jerry Bunch?
Well, Dr. Henry Bach has just come out of the infield medical center. And Henry, Hank, what's the status of Lynn St. James and Scott Harrington?
Lynn St. James has multiple contusions on her extremities. We're going to send her down for precautionary x-rays. Scott Harrington is in good condition, has a bruise on his right shin. He'll be out of here shortly.
Okay, that's Dr. Henry Bach. Paul?
Lynn St. James, remember, this is the 2nd year in a row that she's been eliminated in an accident down in the first turn. Zampedri, Jones, they're lined up as we run toward the finish of the Indy 500.
Well, Bobby,
Here is what set that situation up. Jones moving to the inside of Salazar.
Yeah, he moves once, and he blocked him, and then he went another time, got a little bit more draft, and he just drove him down into the wall.
Salazar was so wrong, it's just terrible.
Yeah.
That type of driving has got to be stopped.
Yeah.
That could have been a very serious accident right there for no good reason.
Bobby, look where he is in the field. He could have taken out half the field right there if he had turned him sideways or he'd broken something there. That's just uncalled for.
We could never let motor racing come to such deals like that, Danny.
See, he got a run on him. He moved back in to get another draft, and then Salazar just drove him down the fence. Now, I think Salazar just didn't want to lose another lap. He was trying to get back on that lead lap, but that's just dangerous driving.
That shouldn't be an issue. So Davi Jones, apparently his car is just fine, which says something about the strength of these cars.
Except it looks like Zampedri's just stretching it out a little bit. Davey was right behind him for quite a few laps there, and it looks like Zampedri's just going out there.
You know, their speeds aren't all that much. It's 223 miles an hour right now. We would expect a little bit more. So maybe Davey has a little bit more, for example, because his fuel is a little bit short right now.